Hi everyone, and welcome to the very last part of this lesson on solving multi-step inequalities. And the focus for this lesson is to solve inequalities with special solutions. And you should be able to answer the question, how do you solve inequalities with special solutions, once we wrap up this lesson. As always, the things that we've gone over in the last couple of slides about using inverse operations in order to isolate a variable, and to always keep in mind that when you multiply or divide by a negative value, the inequality symbol will switch directions. So let's go ahead and take a look at some examples of inequalities that would have special solutions. So here we have negative 3w minus 3 is greater than or equal to 9 minus 3w. We're going to use the distributive property in order to simplify the left side of our inequality, which would be negative 3w plus 9, because a negative multiplied by a negative is a positive, is greater than or equal to 9 minus 3w. Now, if we take a look here, if we were to add 3w to both sides of this inequality, they would cancel out, and we would be left with only this. We would have 9 is greater than or equal to 9, which states that all solutions are real numbers. So this is good to go. All solutions are real numbers. Now let's take a look at a different multi-step inequality problem where the solution is very special and different. So let's take a look at that. Here we have negative 5r plus 6 is less than or equal to negative 5 with the parentheses of r plus 2. So we're going to use the distributive property once again to simplify the right side of our inequality, which would simplify to be negative 5r minus 10, because a negative 5 multiplied by a positive 2 would equal negative 10. Then we're going to drop down the left side of our inequality, negative 5r plus 6 is less than or equal to. Now, if we add 5r to both sides of our inequality, this is going to cancel out, and we're going to be left with 6 is less than or equal to negative 10, which is not true. It's not true, so this means that there are no solutions. Not true. So keep that in mind. Alright guys, I know this lesson was a longer lesson broken up into 3 parts where we solved multi-step inequalities, inequalities with variables on both sides, and then inequalities with special solutions. So we would encourage you that if you have any questions to please let us know it at any time. Make sure that you're coming to class to clarify any questions and to get some extra practice. Otherwise, we'll see you later. Don't forget to answer the questions below.